performed a miracle. All because I don't know how miracles work. Can't you see? It really is more than a matter of profit. Can't you see that Macy's needs you? That I need you? That the children need you.
Not to mention saving 2 wage slaves.
Well,
What if we promise not to ask you to push our backlog stock? Just be the Santa Claus you want to be. Just be yourself.
that I can do.
A masterful stroke, Mrs. Walker.
You wanted to see me, Mrs. Walker?
Yes, Mr. Sawyer. As our vocational guidance counselor, I was hoping you could help me with a particular situation. We have this wonderful new Santa Claus in the toy department this year.
That's very admirable, Mrs. Walker.
Not exactly. He seems all right in every way. Even a natural white beard. But he's actually convinced that he is Santa.
Interesting.
I was hoping you could help the old fellow a bit.
So you mean he actually maintains his character outside of the work environment? Oh dear. Sounds to me like a classic case out of an abnormal psychology textbook. What other symptoms are there?
None that I know of.
A persistent delusion. Very bad sign. Very. This sort of thing is usually deeply rooted in a failure to have emotional needs fulfilled in childhood. So the subject tries to personify the image of gift-giving and affection. What's the subject's name?
Kris Kringle.
What? You've got to be kidding.
Oh, I wish I were. But please don't alarm him. He's a very valuable employee right now.
What do you want me to do?
Oh, just drop by and observe him. Maybe arrange an interview. But keep it casual.
Leave it to me, Mrs. Walker. He'll never suspect that I suspect.
Are you Mrs. Walker?
Yes, may I help you?
I'm Dr. Pierce, the resident physician at the Maplewood Home.
Oh,
Where Chris Bingley used to live.
I think I'd like to talk to you.
I've heard you've hired Chris as Macy's Santa. I am so glad you gave him a chance.
Who is he really, Dr. Pierce?
Well, that's a good question. I've given it a lot of thought. He claims he's the real Kris Kringle, and if there really is a Santa Claus, well, he's certainly fist apart.
You don't honestly think he's Santa Claus, do you?
I didn't say that. I merely implied that from a purely philosophical point of view, he could be Santa Claus.
Well, do you believe he's Santa Claus? Philosophically speaking, of course.
That's one of those questions that goes around in your head, like, is Snow White, or is red red, or if a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound?
Of course it does.
Does it? If you were standing there, it would. The vibrations would bounce off your eardrums, but if there were no eardrums in the vicinity, would it still make a sound?
I've heard that argument, but it could never be proven.
Or disproven? It's all in your perception. If nobody believed in Santa Claus, maybe he wouldn't exist. But millions of people around the world do believe in Santa Claus, and Chris believes he is Santa Claus.
He certainly does.
We can say it's a case of, I think, therefore I am.
You are still speaking philosophically, I assume.
When you deal with the world long enough and you live long enough, you realize that philosophically is really the only way to understand things. They make better sense that way.
Unfortunately, we have to be realistic in the retail business.
I understand, but I must tell you, Chris is perfectly harmless. There are thousands of people living quite charming lives under similar delusions.
Oh, I'm so glad you said delusions.
Like I said, I've known Chris for years. His delusion is a positive one. He just wants to spread happiness and the real spirit of Christmas to everyone. I just worry about him sometimes.
Why?
Chris is an old man, and I hate to think of him wandering the streets of New York without a home to go to. If somebody would just keep an eye on him, after the store closes.
So he has no place to live?
He can't stay at Maplewood anymore. They discharged him.
Well, I'll work something out. Don't worry about it. You know, I really do appreciate your insights. I feel much more at ease after having this conversation with you.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Walker. And I know you won't regret having Chris on your staff. Have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Mr. Kringle, is it? That's one of the names I'm called. I'm Albert Sawyer, Macy's Vocational Guidance Counselor. How do you do? Well, that remains to be seen. Mr. Kringle, before the customers start coming in, I'd like to get acquainted with you a bit. As you are a new employee, store policy requires that I ask you some questions. Have you enjoyed your work here so far?
I wouldn't exactly call it work. I normally do this sort of thing for free.
I see. So you normally offer gifts to children around Christmas time.
I do my best.
And how do you presume to provide all these gifts yourself?
Santa has a lot of influence in making things happen.
Aha. And you sometimes travel back to the North Pole at night to manufacture the gifts, right?
No. I live with my reindeer.
Excuse me?
Yes. I temporarily stay at the home of the zookeeper, Mr. Duncan. I help him feed the reindeer and make sure they're all right.
Well, let's move on. Mr. Kringle, can you tell me what is 3 times 5?
Don't you know?
I want you to tell me.
15, of course.
Right, correct. Thank you. Now I want you to.
Put my arms out, touch my nose, alternate fingers. I know this one. You know any new ones I haven't done yet?
Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington. And do you know who was vice president under Grover Cleveland?
I have no idea. Listen, Mr. Kringle, I'm conducting this interview, if you don't mind. Now, are you married?
Is that a proposal?
How many fingers am I holding up?
3. I see you bite your nails. Do these hickeys make you nervous?
That's none of your business. How much is 3 times 5?
15, the same as was the first time yesterday. Did you know that the unconscious repetition is often a sign of overwork and stress?
That'll be all.
Nice vacation. Take a couple of weeks. I can talk to Mr. Macy for you.
That man, he's definitely suffering a rampant psychosis.
Who?
That Santa, that Chris Kringle.
Oh, come on, Sawyer. I met with his doctor, and he assured me Chris is perfectly harmless.
Perfectly harmless. Cases like this often result in violence when their delusions are attacked. If that man is allowed to continue to work here, I will take no responsibility for the consequences.
That's fine, Sawyer. I'll take complete responsibility. Don't worry about it.
If I'm a psychologist around here, I think my opinion should be respected. I'm telling you, Mrs. Walker, I'm warning you that if that man becomes violent and something happens, well then I'll be the first one to say I told you so. Move it, Sawyer!
Good heavens! What was that all about?
Sawyer did a psychological evaluation of our Santa Claus and apparently didn't get very far. He seems to think that Chris will become violent.
That would be a disaster.
Oh, but I also met with Dr. Pierce from the Maplewood home, where Chris has been living. He says that Chris is just a sweet old man who thinks he's Santa Claus and he'd never hurt anybody.
Well, do you believe me, Doctor?
He's known Chris for several years. Sawyer only talked to him for 10 minutes.
Why did the doctor seek you out?
Well, he seems rather fond of the old fellow, a bit protective even. He's grateful he has a job as Santa Claus, but he wants somebody to keep an eye out for him after hours.
Oh, I think that's a wonderful idea. And you're just the person for it.
What are you suggesting? Not stay with me? No way. I have enough responsibilities with Susan. And at night, I need to unwind.
I tell you what, we have a spare room. Chris could stay with us.
Oh, you're a jewel, Shelley. I was hoping I could count on you.
Not so fast, Mrs. Walker. I have to talk it over with my wife first. It's her home too. I tell you what, you invite Chris over for dinner, and that'll give me enough time to talk it over with Audrey. After he drinks, of course. I'll simply say, as part of our Christmas spirit, we should invite this kind old man to be our temporary house guest. I think I'll leave out the part where he believes he's Santa Claus.
And what will Audrey think when she's introduced to Kris Kringle?
Oh, I'll have to find a way around that one.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later.
I enjoyed our dinner very much. Thank you for inviting me. I thought the milk and cookies wasn't as special as such, and I really enjoyed spending the evening with you and Susan.
Mr. Kringle, could you speak to me in the language you spoke in the store the other day?
Susan, I think Mr. Kringle is tired.
Not at all. I would love to.
Oh, well, excuse me then. I need to call Mr. Shellhammer.
Susan, come here a moment. Do you have a lot of friends in the building?
Yes, but I don't see them very often. The games they play are so childish. Today, they were being animals. They asked me what kind of animal I wanted to be, but I didn't want to be an animal. It's so dumb.
Why didn't you tell them you were a lion or a bear?
Because I'm not a lion. I'm a girl.
Other children weren't animals either. They were just pretending.
That's what makes the game so silly.
Susan, do you know what imagination is?
Imagination is when you see things that aren't really there.
Yes, but it's more than that. Imagination is like a faraway country. You've heard of nations like England, Russia, and Japan? Well, imagination is like a country like that. And the wonderful thing about that country is once you get there, you can do anything you want.
Not anything.
For instance, you can fly to Mars in the morning and be home by dinner time.
Oh, that wouldn't be possible.
Or be the Statue of Liberty in the morning and fly south with a flock of geese in the afternoon. It's easy. Do you want to give it a try?
Well, I guess I could try.
All right, let's start off something simple. How about a bird flying in the sky?
I wouldn't know how to do that.
Sure you would. Come here. Let's get up here. All right, get up. All right, now put your arms out. All right. Go up and down with your arms, like wings. That's it. Tip to your left, tip to the right. You ready? Go! Keep going. Keep moving. Flap those wings. You're flying. You're doing it. You're flying like a bird.
I did it, Mr. Kringle! That was fun!
Now, tell me, if you're to truly believe that I was Santa Claus, what would you ask me to bring you for Christmas?
Can you bring big presents?
Anywhere in the land of imagination? It can be any size.
I want a real house for Mother and me, and a real father to live in it with us.
Whoa. That is a tall order indeed.
Well, if you're really Santa, you can do it. And if you can't, then you're just a nice man with a white beard, like my mother said.
Susan, not every child gets a wish, but that does not mean there isn't a Santa Claus. Sometimes children wish for things they can never use, like a real locomotive, or little girls will wish for a baby brother or baby sister, even though their parents might not be able to take care of them properly. Sometimes a child has to learn how to love or behave better before Santa can grant their wish.
But I wished for a father in the house for such a long time, Mr. Kringle.
I know, Susan. If everybody got what they wished for right away, life wouldn't be half as much fun as it is. So you see, Susan, there's lots of reasons why Santa can't always grant a wish.
But a father and a house are really all I want, not toys.
I know, Susan. I know.
Hi there, Susan. How's my favorite girl? I'm Fred Gailey. I live in the next apartment.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Gailey. I'm Chris Lee.
Yes, I know.
Susan, it's time for bed. Oh, hi, Fred. Have you two met?
We just introduced ourselves.
Mr. Kringle, I found a place for you to stay tonight. There's my phone. I'll be right back.
You are looking for a place to stay?
No, I'm staying at the zoo.
I've never met anyone who lived at the zoo before.
The zoo's no place to stay. Why don't you stay with me? I've got an extra bed in my apartment, and I could use some company.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Gailey. Susan, maybe you should go tell your mother that we've taken an arrangement. I don't want her to worry about it.
Okay, Mr. Kringle. I like the idea of you staying with Fred. He's my friend, and he's right next door.
Good
Night,
night.
Susan. I like the idea too, Mr. Gailey.
Call me Fred, please.
All right, Fred. Being so close will give me more opportunity to work on Susie's Christmas gift.
I'm really very fond of that little girl.
I can see that. And how about her mother?
Well, I really like her, but I'm afraid she feels that being neighbors and babysitter to Susan is as close as she wants me to get.
Have you ever invited her out?
I've tried, but Doris won't socialize since her divorce. She just concentrates on Susan and her career. I don't think she trusts love anymore.
That's a sad old story. But maybe one you and I can do something about it.
Oh, how do we start?
It's simple. Show your interest in her and be aware of her feelings. And above all, you gotta have faith in her.
Well, I've tried all that. Hasn't done any good so far.
It'll work out. I'll see to that.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Kringle, Mr. Shellhammer has a place for you to stay. He lives right near the store, so you'd be able to get to work easily. Does that work for you? I could call a cab and you could go now.
That's very thoughtful of him. But I'm just accepting Mr. Gailey's offer to stay with him.
Mr. Gailey,
I hope you don't mind.
I see.
If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go to the zoo, gather my things, and be back real soon.
I'll call a cab.
No, don't worry. There'll be one right outside. Thank you.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, Chris.
I'll see you soon.
I really should tell you about him. I don't suppose you realize he's been diagnosed as suffering from delusion. His doctor wants me to keep an eye on him. He should not be left unsupervised.
Well, aside from the fact that I think he's quite capable of handling himself, he'll only be next door. I think between the two of us, we should have the situation covered.
Well, that's not quite all.
Oh?
The whole Santa Claus bit. I don't want Susan influence. I thought I had made that clear to you.
Look, Doris, I understand your concerns, but I like Chris. Why not try it out for a couple of days, and if the arrangement's not working out, we'll find another place for him, and in the meantime, I'll take responsibility for him. Trust me, Doris. Deal?
All right.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Well, when he didn't show up, I went to look for him at the zoo, and the man there told me that he'd already been there to get his things and left over an hour ago.
Oh no, something's happened to him, Fred.
It's all my fault, and after I told you, you could trust me.
Oh, I don't want to blame you.
Oh, goodness. I should have let him go get his things by himself.
Well, what's important now is to find out if he's all right. I'd never forgive myself if something happened to him.
I'm surprised. I didn't think you liked Chris.
It's not a matter of life.
I was hoping that this was a sign that what he stands for was getting to you.
No. But this is New York City, you know.
Come on, Doris. Who's going to mug Santa Claus?
I'm calling the police.
Look, Doris, if Chris can make it here all the way from the North Pole, I don't think New York should be any problem for him.
I'm serious, Fred. If you were all right, you would have called by now. You must know I'd be worried. Oh, sweetheart, what's wrong?
I dreamed that Mr. Kringle went away. There wasn't any more Christmas.
Oh, you know dreams aren't true.
It's okay, Susan. It was only a dream. Mr. Kringle will be just fine, and we can never lose Christmas as long as we have each other. Now, Charlie, go back to sleep. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly
Oh, Fred, I don't know what I would have done without you tonight. I don't think I've ever truly expressed my appreciation for your friendship and the way you take care of my Susan.
Thank you. Thank you for all you've done to me.
Please forgive me for getting so upset with you.
Thanks for recognizing that I'm right here with you.
Chris, you're all right!
Where have you been? You've been very worried.
I've been singing Christmas Carol with some friends. I just stopped by to say goodnight, and I can't come back at a more convenient time.
Oh, I'm so relieved.
Then my dream was true. Santa really did go away.
But he came back because your mother cared about him.
That's a nice thought anyway. Come on, Susan, I'll tuck you back into bed.
Good night again, Susan.
Good night. Did you enjoy my absence?
What do you mean? Doris was nearly crazy with worry.
Didn't it bring the two of you closer together?
Well, yes.
That's exactly what I hoped would happen.
You old fox! You worried us on purpose. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Not a bit. Now, let me get out of here so you can finish putting her worries to rest.
Here, it's the next door on the right. And Chris, I must confess, I'm really happy you're staying with me, but I do have an ulterior motive.
Oh, what is that?
Finally going to find out the answer to a question that's plagued the world for centuries. Does Santa Claus sleep with his whiskers inside or outside the covers?
I always sleep with them out. The cold air helps them to grow.
Oh.
Now, you excuse me, I will find my way. Good night.
Good night. Believe it or not, I'm glad he's staying with you. It'll be good to have him safely near. I'm glad you're near too.
Me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very special Christmas delight, Macy's Elf Carolers!
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, he's checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a very special honor, Mr. Macy and Mrs. Bloomingdale!
Welcome to our school. I'm so happy that we can work together in the spirit of Christmas.
Well, I have to admit that at first I was very jealous of your goodwill campaign. I thought you were stealing business from Bloomingdale's. But then someone reminded me that goodwill is not any one institution's private property. So we started our own goodwill operation. And I must say it's been most profitable for us.
That's right. Goodwill goes a lot farther with everybody than competition. Now, Mr. Kringle will come forward.